All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Tonight, March 11th, the Empire State Building will be lit yellow to commemorate a very special anniversary. What's the occasion? Well, the Beatles' Yellow Submarine is turning 45 this year, but that's not the reason the Empire State Building is yellow. New York's yellow cabs are turning 101, but sorry, that is not the reason either. We are celebrating the 10th anniversary of an invaluable city service with a yellow logo, and that's New York City's 311, and we're doing it on March 11th. That's today's date, 311, and what better place to kick off the celebration than right here at 311. Took a while to tie all those things together, but it worked, I think, or more or less. Actually, there's plenty of reasons to celebrate. In the decade since our administration launched 311, the service, I think it's fair to say, has brought city government much closer than ever to New Yorkers, the New Yorkers that we serve. 311's consolidated, as you know, more than 40 separate call centers and hotlines and 11 pages of government listings in the phone book to one easy-to-remember number. And today, when New Yorkers have questions about accessing city services or need to report a problem, they don't have to think twice about it. The answer is 311. Now, to really get a sense of how important these three digits have become to our city, let me give you some other numbers. Since launch, 311 has received more than 158 million calls. Just think about that number, 158 million calls. That means more people called 311 in the last 10 years than attended every single home game of every New York pro sports team and the U.S. Open during those 10 years put together. By the way, 85% of these calls were answered and resolved in 30 seconds or less. So it not only is a great service, it's a service that works. Another 7 million people have visited 311 online since we launched that website back in 2009. 311 has provided about 2 million people with information on bus and subway service and helped more than 3 million people settle parking tickets. 2.5 million people have called for info on public schools. 311 has helped more than 216,000 New Yorkers find resources to stop smoking. Hopefully most of those used those resources, and it worked. It's helped almost 175,000 New Yorkers boost their families' earnings with information about the Earned Income Tax Credit, and more than 250,000 people have called to get connected to Small Business Services Assistance. 311's highest number of calls in a single day, you ask? 276,827, but who's counting? That was on January 27th, 2011, during a big snowstorm. And the top inquiry over the last 10 years, anybody know the answer to this? Well, it should come as no surprise to anyone. Noise complaints. 2.595 million of them. To be fair, that includes at least one from a New Yorker who complained about noise coming from her own refrigerator, but we really don't count that. Today, New Yorkers know that they can turn to 311 for help with nearly any conceivable issue. Of course, this is New York City, so pretty much anything is conceivable. One caller wanted to know if he could claim his dog as a dependent on his taxes. Another wanted to know whether Medicaid would cover surgery for a cat. One called to find out who won American Idol, and plenty have called to find out what to do about neighbors who walk around in plain view without any clothes on. Hey, they don't call this the naked city for nothing. Now, this wouldn't be New York without local color like that, but on the other end of the spectrum is truly critical assistance. 311 provides that for New Yorkers when we are at our most vulnerable. Consider the week of Hurricane Sandy. 311 received something like 1.3 million calls that week, about 4 times the usual average. On top of that, 311's text service got more than 120,000 texts in the 2 weeks after Sandy, and 311 online got more than 700,000 visits, 7 times the normal rate. All of these services provided vital updates on evacuations, mass transit, school closings, and emergency relief. So did 311's Twitter feed, its Skype account, the 311 app, and other outlets that we've introduced to make 311 even more convenient. And All that did a lot to help our city through one of the toughest periods that we have ever faced. 311 does much more than simply help callers find the answers they need. It does give city government a real-time measure of what services need to be improved and where resources need to be focused, and that is terribly important. Most governments don't ever think about that, and they certainly have no ways to get that kind of information. Well, thanks to 311, we do, and we actually use it. By offering help in 180 languages, 24 hours a day, it makes vital information more easily accessible to more New Yorkers than ever before. And because 311 publicly posts the data it collects on calls made and complaints filed, it serves as an invaluable tool in making city government more transparent and more accountable. And today, anyone can go to 311 online and see every open service request around the city, and that keeps our feet to the fire and ensures that city government is delivering results. And we also share the data 311 collects with computer developers in our city's booming tech industry who use it to spur innovation that helps improve our lives even more. Now, we were proud when, last June, 311 was given the prestigious United Nations Public Service Award, which recognizes the best efforts around the world to make government more effective and responsive. 311 was the first place winner across all of North America and Europe in the Improving Delivery of Public Services category. And so it's no wonder that we've been visited by delegations from countries all over the world who look to New York's 311 as a model, as they look to most other things that New York City does. And it's no surprise that so many New Yorkers, notoriously tough customers, as you know, have great things to say about 311. In fact, according to a survey conducted last year by the CFI Group, overall satisfaction with 311 surpasses even the highest performing private sector call centers. And not only does 311 get far better marks than government call centers on average and better marks than private sector call centers on average, more people think favorably about NYC 311 than do about call centers in any single private sector industry in the United States. Now, we are not about to rest on our laurels, as you know, far from it. We're expanding the range of issues you can inquire about through 311 online to include more popular topics like noise complaints. We've also enhanced and improved the 311 mobile app with new features like NYC Today, which provides daily updates on high-demand topics like alternate side parking and refuse pickup. And we'll continue finding ways to put technology to work to make 311 even more helpful and convenient. But the real secret to 311's success is the people that work here, including 12 active call center representatives who have answered at least 100,000 calls each. So when New Yorkers look at the yellow lights illuminating the Empire State Building tonight, let's remember to give thanks for everything they do, day in and day out. They've been there for us when we've needed help, and they've helped us make the city an even better place in so many ways. And I personally can't thank them, nor can you thank them enough. I also want to give special thanks to the city's Chief Information and Innovation Officer, Rahul Merchant, Mayor's Office of Operations Director, Liz Weinstein, and 311 Executive Director, Joe Morrisroe. All three of them have done a lot to help 311 evolve the resources that it is today. And I think special credit also should go to the Deputy Mayor for Operations, Kaz Halloway. With that, let me turn the floor over to Rahul. Rahul?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm honored to be commemorating this milestone birthday for our Bloomberg administration's one of the most transformative and enduring accomplishments. More than 11 years ago, on January 30th, 2002, Mayor Bloomberg announced in his first State of the City address that we would be building a centralized call center to be reached by dialing one simple number, 311, to make city government accessible to every New Yorker. No longer reaching agencies be obstacle course for the average resident who prior to 311 would need to navigate his or her way through nearly a dozen pages of government listings in the phone book. Those phone books, remember? He charged our agency, Department of Information Technology and Telecommunication, with the task of building 311 in one single calendar year. And we did it. using 13-month calendar. But sure enough, on March 9, 2003, 311 took its first call. And we haven't stopped since then, through blackouts, transit strikes, hurricane, tropical storms, snow, rain, extreme heat, freezing cold, and everything in between. We have answered calls of New Yorkers nearly 158 million times. Recently, during Hurricane Sandy, for instance, 311 took as many as 274,000 calls in one single day and 1.3 million in the week following the storm. Now, you may recall, Lower Manhattan went dark after the storm, with power going out from here to Midtown. And when the worst of the storm hit, the phone lines in Lower Manhattan were taken down too, due to the flooding in the phone company's central office. But true to the reputation of 311, never missed a call. With preposition generators and dedication of our 311 call takers, and some quick thinking and ingenuity on part of DoITT network and telecommunications staff, we were able to reroute and still keep 311 open throughout the dark, as well as when the telecommunication lines were down. We've also grown, of course, to be more than just a call center. Since inception, NYC 311 is grown into multi-access, multi-channel resource of information service and assistance. In addition to calling, you can text, you can tweet, you can Skype, and you can file your own complaints online through PC or through our mobile app. And once you have done so, you can track the city's progress in delivery of the services that you require. Behind each of these advancements, and more to come, DoITT has implemented and maintained the technology that helped make NYC 311 the preeminent government call center in the country, and we plan to doing so for many more years to come. So thank you, Mr. Mayor, for a great vision and one of the most transformative accomplishment of this administration. Congratulations to all of men and women of 311 call center and all the DoITT employees who have kept 311 one of the best tools for the city. Thank you.
Rahul, thank you. And next, the Mayor's Office of Operations Director, Liz Weinstein. Liz.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good morning and congratulations to everyone here at 311. The continued success of 311 in serving New Yorkers is due to many factors and includes a partnership with the 44 city agencies. Together, 311 and the agencies ensure information provided to the public is accurate, current, and delivered in plain language. That partnership improves more than access to government services, it improves the delivery of those services. Over the past 10 years, the Mayor's Office of Operations, 311, DoITT, and city agencies have worked together to consolidate call centers and integrate work order systems. This integration enables the city and the public to track each request for service received by 311 and the time it takes to respond to those requests, so we know which departments are responding and when. In recent years, for the biggest agencies, we track this response time in the Mayor's Management Report. Specifically, the ability to track and analyze service requests to 311 has allowed the city to improve the way it responds to key services, including the way we respond to and clean graffiti, and the process for handling street defects like potholes and cave-ins. Over the past few years, the average time to respond to graffiti complaints has fallen 33%, and the number of street defects that get bounced between agencies has dropped significantly. In New York City, 311 has proven government can work effectively and efficiently by providing customers with a single point of contact and freeing up agencies to focus on their core competencies. And 311 has become a model for other customer service channels. Using 311's values of customer service and language access as a model, we have created new standards and training for staff at walk-in service centers and for inspectors in the field. I also want to congratulate and join Commissioner Merchant in congratulating the staff here who do a tremendous job each and every day, and for thanking Mayor Bloomberg and thanking Deputy Mayor Holloway for their continued support of 311. Thank you.
Liz, thank you. And now the 311 Executive Director, Joe Morrisroe. Joe.
Right. Thank you, Mayor Bloomberg. I'm honored to be part of the 311 team, and on behalf of all the women and men who work at 311, thank you for your leadership and support. Having a leader who is customer-focused and technology-driven makes us strive to deliver the best possible service every day. The success of 311 is a story of recognizing customer needs and then meeting our customers where they are. From call center to online, from text to tweets to apps and more, 311 is focused on our mission of providing quick and easy access to information and delivering high-quality service. The front line and the support staff are committed and dedicated on both the ordinary days and during the extraordinary times. They are New Yorkers, and they know their customers are their neighbors, their friends, and their communities. So they get to work when there are no trains or buses, through blackouts and all kinds of weather, every day, 24 hours a day, in order to serve these customers. New York City 311 is proud to serve the public and proud to deliver the best customer care anywhere. I thank all members of the 311 team, past and present, for their dedication and congratulate them on this milestone. And thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Joe, thank you. Before taking questions, let me summarize for our Spanish-speaking New Yorkers. Desde que inauguramos el 311 hace 10 años, la línea recibió más de 158 millones de llamadas y ha felicitado el acceso a servicios municipales. Hoy es el 10º aniversario y le queremos dar las gracias a todos los trabajadores del 311 que ayudan a millones de neoyorquinos las 24 horas al día. And with that,